Yeah, that's we are good. So
Yes.
let's start the interview, Bjorn.
Oh.
First of all, thank you for
Mhm.
your time and having the time for cheating for a while. So first of all, for someone who doesn't know Wolfskull, how can you describe the project, the band?
Oh, yes, I hope the person does know about heavy rock music and rock music. And I think the band Wolfskull is about to write heavy rock music with a dark and with a melancholy vibe, with good melodies, with guitar hooks and with harmonies, and we have a strong singer. And yeah, I think that's the main characters of Wolfskull. Sometimes we have twin guitars, like from Iron Maiden and Thin Lizzy and stuff like that. And sometimes people say it's comparison to Danzig or to the Cult, singer-wise, from the vocal wise. Yeah, it's the Wolfskull trademarks.
Yeah, of course, and that's pretty interesting hearing your latest singles. And I can see your new record, Midnight Master, will be available in the end of the month. So how can you feel about the result of all the record process? How do you feel about this record?
Oh, yes, we spend a lot of energy and a lot of work in it. And to me, everything went well, and we have now a product that is really great for us. I hope the people like it, and a lot of people that didn't know us will recognize it and will have the chance to hear it because I think there are some songs for everyone. So I think if you are into good guitar music, people will like it. And yes, the process was for us. We wrote the songs in early 2024, and we got a new guitarist in May, and we went into the studio in September. So almost all songs were written without the new guitarist, but he did a lot of maybe here and there some guitars and some pickings and some clean guitars and some harmonies. So he gave us sometimes another view to the song, and in the studio itself we had a good work with Jörg Uken, the studio guy, and he really does a great job. And yeah, I think the artwork turned out good and the videos turned out good, so we are very happy with everything, so we couldn't complain. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I can feel that energy through the record, and and I can hear it in the latest singles. So how can you feel the reception of your fan base, or like you said, for us who doesn't know very well the band, do you feel a warm reception of your latest singles?
Yes, although it's mainly through the internet, of course, and through social media, and we get a response with YouTube comments and with emails, and you can see that we have some more orders or pre-orders of the album, and people at yeah mainly today a lot of people look at Spotify and look at the numbers and look how many people listen to the song. Where are they from? Is this a uh, new people to us? And I think there are a lot of new people. And we recognize that there are a lot of people in South America listening to the songs. I don't know why, but it's great. And we are very happy. And yeah, I think the people like melodic heavy rock music over there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Here in Latin America, we heard a lot of heavy music. So let's talk about this later. First of all, a few questions, Bjorn. First, what was your first approach to heavy music?
The first approach, my first contact.
Yes, your contact when you was child or when you were a
Yes.
teenager.
Okay. Yes. The maybe there are, yeah, heavy rock, or the first guitar music was maybe through the radio when I was maybe 9 or 10 years old, and I listened to the radio that my parents or my uncle and aunt we had on. And I thought, well, what's this song? I don't know how is it called, but I have to recognize it. And later on, I recognized it was Boys of Summer. The song Boys of Summer is something like, who wrote this? Was it the Ataris? You know the Ataris? The
Yes,
band
a little bit.
covered the song Boys of Summer, which is, yeah, and this kind of song, the original version, I really liked, and I liked Moonlight Shadow from Mike Oldfield, the guitar solo and the harmony and stuff, and that's maybe the first impression of guitars and harmony and melodies. And later on, my first cassettes that I got from the school were, I think, AC/DC and Wasp and Iron Maiden. So the early AC/DC stuff, the areas caught somewhere in time, and maybe Wasp with Electric Circus was a really early impression, and then the next step was Metallica with Master of Puppets, and in the end, I listened to Rain in Blood, and that was the heaviest thing I ever heard in back then. So I had the softer guitars and the heavy guitars, and then directly I was into skateboarding and I was into punk rock. So it was a mixture of everything when I was 12 and 13 years old. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's my
yeah,
basic.
that's a pretty good start for. And what means music in your life?
Oh, it's always I don't know how to call it. It's always there, and while I do a lot of homeworking, and I always listen to music. Sometimes it's just in the background. It's not so stress music, but it's slow or ambient music. It's I think the moment how I feel I need this music or this music or this music, and it's always there. And sometimes uh, I couldn't imagine one day without music, or half a day. I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you don't have the chance to listen to music, but I think every day you have to listen to music. I once was we had some neighbors, and we were at the party at the neighbors, and we went there and we got in there and there was no music, and we asked why do you play any music, and they said we don't have any hi-fi stereo player or something. They didn't have anything. So I couldn't imagine people don't have anything to play with music. So it was really strange. Yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah.
course. And like you said before,
It's
Bjørn,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, all right. Like you said before, we here in Latin America we heard a lot of heavy music. Do you know some Latin American metal music or heavy rock band?
Um, yeah, good. Well, I have to start with Sepultura, of course,
Yeah.
but that's very, very huge and very, very popular. And I started to listen to them when they released the Beneath the Remains album, and then I bought the Arise album. Yes, but let me know. I think there was one band from Ecuador. The label we were with Ave Goddess.
Oh,
They released an album from the Ecuador band. I think how do they call it? Heuler, band Heuler, a thrash metal band.
all right.
Yeah, I think they called.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
and from Mexico, I don't know, Mexican city band. Is it Brujeria?
Yeah, yeah, right. Brujeria, like witchcraft. Yes.
Brujeria. Yeah, it's like a grindcore band, something like this, with people from Napalm Death and Face No
Yeah.
More in the early days. And I really bought the very some of the first single. which was called Demoniac 666 or something like this.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
right.
really in the early 90s. I bought the single from Brujeria. Brujeria. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Brujeria.
Yeah. So yeah, I also like sometimes I also like the raw grindcore stuff, the early days, and I like something like bolt thrower and stuff. So sometimes I need the heavy stuff, and sometimes I need the melodic stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. And with Wolfskull, you see the opportunity to came here to Latin America anytime soon?
Yeah, it would. I think for everyone in the band, it would be a dream to play overseas and to play, for instance, South America, Latin America, America. The problem is mainly that we are such a small band that doesn't have so many followers or fans. So in the end, there must be 3 or 4 bands taking with us. So we will support them. That would be an option. Um, but I think it would be a nice idea, and I really would like to play there. But I think in the next 2 years, I don't know if it's possible because we need to grow and we need to play that we have a name. So I think that's the main difficulty. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, and it's understandable. But we hope we can see you soon, like I said, in a few years. So, like you said, you are a growing band. So, how can you see your band in the next year?
Um, yes, we now release the new album, and we are going to check any option to play live. So we want to play in the next year a lot of festivals. We want to play in a small German tour or European tour in this autumn, if it's possible, a support tour with someone. And we are also parallel, we want to work on the next album immediately. So we have still a lot of new ideas we want to work on, and we doesn't want to have 2 or 3 years again to the next album. So it's better to release the next album maybe at the end of next year with a little bit larger label, and that we will have a little bit more, yeah, options and a little bit more uh, yeah, publicity to get the people to know us. Yeah, that's our main goal. Yeah, to grow and to play.
Yeah, of course. And like you said,
Yeah.
a very important part to grow is playing alive. So, who unfortunately we still can't see a Wolfskull show. How can you describe it for us?
Well, it's I think it's we try to give the people a lot of energy coming from us to them. We our singer is very does a lot of movie movements, and he's going here and there and to the people and sometimes into the people and singing with them, and he's always moving. And I think we don't just stand there and play cool, but we want to give the people the feeling that we feel when we hear the music, and when we play the music, we need to show it. I think that's it's not an overacting, but it's maybe a lot of acting now. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and that's cool because we
it's,
have followers from Europe, from Spain
mhm.
and Germany as well. So maybe one or two want the chance to see you play live. So it's a pretty good chance. So just for starting to ending the interview, please tell us what next. What's your next shows?
Yes, we will have a release show when the album comes out on the same day, we play in our hometown. There's a festival, an open air festival, and we will play there on the Friday, which is today in 3 weeks. And the next show is which is already fixed, is now in November, which is sometimes to come, but maybe we have some more shows in the next future. We are working on it, and we will.
Yeah, of course.
So everything will be in the internet, on our social medias and on our website, so you can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we are looking forward your next tours, and your new album. So there is something else to want to say to our audience?
Yeah, I hope you have the chance to listen to the album, whether it's on YouTube or Spotify or somewhere else. Listen to the songs, and if you like it, tell it to your friends, and spread the word of the wolves. How do we say? And it's the main importance for us is to spread and share the music. And if you like it, leave a comment, and I hope get in touch and tell us what you think. That's the main. We want to have the connection close, and we like people telling us what they feel and what they listen to. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, that's cool. And just be sure we'll help you to spread your music over Latin America and wherever who wants to hear you.
Yeah,
and
very nice.
Then one last question. As you may know, tomorrow will be the last concert of Black Sabbath, one of the biggest influence in heavy metal music. So, what do you think are the importance of heavy metal in the culture worldwide?
I think in general, heavy metal and the fans are all about loyalty and sometimes traditional ways. Most of the fans don't like if bands change the music, change the people. They love it how it is, and they want to stick to it. And I think the fans of heavy metal are so loyal, and if they ever get touched by the music or by an album, they say, this album helps me, or this album was the greatest. They will always love the band. And I think it's very important. And I think some other music is not so strong in the community. Although the heavy metal music has so many genres today, it's so many different directions the metal music is going, but in the end, it's most of this is heavy metal, and maybe there are some bands I don't understand, such like the new band Sleep Token. I don't understand it, but that's just my taste. And in general, I would say heavy metal or metal music is very, very important for the culture worldwide. It's a language everybody understands every music. So if they sing in English, or if they sing Spanish, or in France, it's the same. Music is music.
Yeah, that's right, and an universal language. So thank you once again for your time, Bjørn, and be sure we'll be waiting for July 25 to hear Midnight Masters and share your music and share this interview. So once again, thank you for your time, and like you said, we can wait to to hear your music and see you live.
Okay, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.